And cue that habit. Hi, I'm Ronnie Lowe, habit coach, Ronnie Lowe, life coach. I have to turn something off. Okay. Things pop up in your computer when you least expect it. To form a habit or to get rid of that bad one, there are four basic fundamentals. There is activate. That's why I said cue that habit, cue that tiny step, that tiny action. Every behavior is not a habit until it's second nature and it's subconscious. So for that, you have to cue yourself you have to have something that's prompting it, that's triggering it, that gets you to do it. That's your call to action, whether it's physical, sound, whatever it is, you need an activator. The second one is boost your ability. The third one is make it rewarding right there on the spot, and a rewarding experience, not just a reward, but a rewarding experience to do that habit, that behavior. It's not a habit yet when you're working on it. And the fourth one is make it uh, support the repetition. I was going to say make it supportive of the repetition. Support however you need to be supported, physically, environmental, all that. We'll get into that. The repetition of it every single time so that you are able to do it. All right. So again, four basic components. Activate, boost your ability to do it, make it rewarding, and support the repetition. Let's focus on boost your ability. If you want to know about activations, I talked about it in my last video. If you want to know where to find it, just DM me, reply, email me, and I will tell you exactly where it is, or we can talk about your activations. It's more than just a post-it or a Google Calendar notification. It takes more, and it has to be really tiny and quick. Anyway, boost your ability. Do you have the actual ability to do whatever it is you're working on? We could be talking about in fitness, in your career, procrastination, time management, relationships, communication, whatever it is we're working on. I know I'm very general here, but if you're starting with one tiny habit, what am I in the habit of doing when my spouse does this? Or what am I in the habit of doing when I want to do something with the kids? Whatever it is that you're working on for your fitness, your eating, at work, then you have to have the skills, the know-how, the information, know where to get the resources, perhaps the training, the education, the physical ability. Do I physically have the ability to do a certain workout or to walk somewhere or to do something? Do you have the physical ability to do it? That also includes environment, but we'll get into that. Your mental ability. Are you in the right mindset? Are you able to do that, or is something going on? So you look at all that. I, as a coach, work through all that with people. Do they have the money? A little bit about the education and training. I am all for, I advocate continued education, continued training. I love it. But you got to be real with yourself. Be absolutely honest. Are you taking too many programs and silver whistles, whatever they call the shiny object trainings and programs, because you just think you're not ready? And am I good enough? And, that imposter syndrome, you got to look at that and be for real. Often you don't have all the skills that you want so that you can move up at your job or whatever it is you want to do. Fine. Step by step. How do I start that? Maybe already use the skills you have and hone your skills as you're training, but go ahead and take action on the thing you want to do, the big goal. So you take tiny, tiny steps, not hide behind continued training and programs. That you got to look at. I help people be efficient and streamline their time so that you don't waste time and money. That's my thing. I love reading. I love getting more certified. I became a certified life coach because I wanted to know what I was talking about. And then because I was helping so many people with their jobs and job transitions and career transitions, I went ahead and became a master life coach for mostly for professionals. And I've been doing a lot of that. I never thought I'd go on that road, down that road. I'm helping people with their finances, their financial habits. I know what I'm talking about because I got certified and I'm still in certification mode and practice. Well, I got my certification, but I'm still practicing and getting continued hours and learning. Also, I went for the certification in habit coaching because to me it's important. You should always be learning and honing your skills. But for that one tiny habit, whatever it is, even if it's just eating better, or your new habit's going to be something for your job, or your new habit's going to be something about working out just 5 minutes a day. Do you have the skills? Do you have the time? For something you may need to look at, do you have the money for it? Whatever it is, I help you look at that. But again, this is all generalized. And also, as a coach, I suggest, but I help people with, but you have to do it yourself or get somebody to help you to make sure that someone helps you practice it, that you practice it. I help people, and are you practicing it? Are you implementing it? And then we're scientists. We just take the data, what's working, what's not. Not that you forgot, not that you're not in the mood, but what's working? Is that activator working? Is it making it easier? If the skills are not making it easy, whether it's time, money, whatever the mental part, the mindset, then we break it down. We can break down that habit so that you have to match your skills. What skills do you have now? See, that's what I'm saying. What skills and information and ability do you have now so that it matches that tiny habit so you succeed and that progresses on to a bigger, better step to then form that habit you want, the big habit or the routine or the habitual way of thinking toward that goal, that end goal. Why are you doing this in the first place? And here's my secret sauce. Often people don't think they have the skills or in them to do something. All right. So we look at your proven capabilities. Keyword proven. We look at evidence because I'm all about pragmatic. Throw a little woo woo in there, but it's pragmatic, practical, and real. What facts do you have? You want evidence? What capabilities do you have that are proven? The capabilities, not the thing that you're working toward, because you can convert those capabilities into the abilities for this new thing. In when you're writing a resume, you often write the transferable skills. I was capable of doing this. I was able to do this. So I had the capability translate that somehow. It doesn't have to be the exact same action, but whatever it is, the ingredient that you can transfer into that new ability. See what I'm saying? Like if I can learn a new language, which comes pretty easy to me, not for many people, but if I can learn a new language, I can learn about computers. It's the way of learning for me. I found out I was more of an audible person than just reading something and memorizing. So you find, well, what works for me in this aspect? This is how I learn languages. Maybe it'll work for me in studying about this. See what I'm saying? So, what are your proven capabilities, which also gives you ideas and opens possibilities, especially in career transition or something, all right, of possibilities of instead of the old workout, what are some other things you could do? All right, not just pros and cons and making lists, but really what were you capable of? Okay, so that's my secret sauce. We look at your proven capabilities, it opens up possibilities and ideas, but it also gives you evidence based confidence. Succeeding. You have the evidence. I was capable of this. So let's will transfer it to this. And it gives you the evidence that you need for that confidence. Your brain's going, got it. That is my secret sauce. People are often so surprised and how it can convert over. Now, I think I covered it all except three things. All right, so you have the skills that comes in the personal factor. There's also the really personal factor. You got to look at, do you really think you're able to, or do you think you're not able to? So we look at what are you really able to do and what is your perception of your ability? Because often people think, I can't, I won't be able to. And we look at that. I challenge you. So challenge yourself. Give yourself the facts that you're not able to. Why? Why not? And are there other times that you have been able to do this in a certain way? Have you done this and this, the proven capabilities? And really look at, are you able to? Some people over plan. They think, oh, I'll be able to do that. And then they really take on something and they can't. They don't have everything. They didn't know it would take as much time. They didn't know they might invest a little money, or they didn't know that they physically couldn't, whatever it is. But then they give up. So you got to look at your perception, your perceived ability, as opposed to realistic ability. And then you match them up. You make it tiny so that you match your capability and your actual abilities to that new habit, your skills. And then there's the environmental part of boosting your ability. Literally, your environment. Is your office set up the way you want it? Is your cubicle perfectly set up so you succeed in what it is you want to do? Do you have the right social environment? Do you have the right support? Can you ask your family, your kids? Can you tell your kids about how you're eating or how you're preparing something or the schedule, your spouse, your partner, whatever it is? Do you have that social support, your environment, your immediate environment, your family at work, your friends? Are they supporting that new habit? You don't have to let them all in and help me, but are they supportive? Can you let them in on it? Do you surround yourself with that? Okay. So the environment again can include something physical, like do you have the right food in that cupboard or in the fridge or in the shopping cart, whatever it is? Do you get rid of the things that might tempt you? Do you set yourself up for success? Your environment. All right. So to cap it off or recap, you have four things that create a habit or help you get rid of a bad habit. Okay. So the first one is activation. Activate that habit or whatever it is that's replacing that bad habit. You have boost your ability. You have the make it rewarding. And the third one, support the repetition of it. So if you have any questions on, well, how does this pertain to this part of my life or this goal? Ask me because we whittle it down and tailor it to you in whatever aspect of your life, your relationships, how you communicate, your budget. I'm helping people now with their financial habits, especially after tax time. We saw that, whatever it is that you want to work on, your fitness, your health, your self care, your mindset, see how it pertains to you. Get a hold of me. Thanks so much for watching and boost your ability. You're capable.